Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, possibly, whatever it is, whatever part of the world you're at, and whatever you're celebrating today. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, because that's what we celebrate ourselves personally, and we're having a whole lot of holiday cheer. As you can tell, I've already been dipping into the holiday cheer, and it's going to get a whole lot worse up in here today. This is definitely not your family Christmas special. This is the Brunch Busters busting out holy shit Christmas special. I'm Bobby Munson. That man beside me, Parish Claus. How you doing? Merry Christmas, my man.
I'm doing well. Today, I now identify myself as Parish Claus.
There we go. And of course, we got Shout at a Cloud joining us. Thank you for taking time on Christmas Day to join us in the chat here. Very happy that you could be here today. Hopefully you and your family are having an amazing time and eating well. Of course, everybody eats very well around the holiday season. Parish, have you been having any good old big meals just yet?
Yeah, so my family, because of how many people in our family are married, we tend to do a lot of our stuff on Christmas Eve. So we kind of did our Christmas yesterday on my parents' side. So yeah, I ate a lot, I drank a lot, and I am bloated as much as you can be bloated right now.
I'm pretty much joining you right
I'm
there.
Bloated Claus.
Bloated Claus. So yesterday, I mean, we kicked things off. The wife and I went for pedicures. I got my first ever pedicure. And damn, does it feel good. But then from there, we went on to make a really nice dinner together. We cooked a turkey. Also made a homemade dressing for the first time ever. Oh, and it was something else. So delicious. And then Yorkshire puddings, also made Yorkshire puddings. Pedicures are the best. Damn straight. I didn't know I was going to enjoy it that much, but damn, my feet got a pampering yesterday, and it feels just amazing.
Perfect. Just getting word that Carl, the host of Turnbuckle Talk, your co-host Beats and Beats Down, is on his way. He is joining us, people. That's not breaking news. That's just what we advertise. So we just want to make sure you're getting what you're advertised right now.
Our honorary brunch buster of the
day. Sometimes technology is a Grinch, right? So just like he will be with us momentarily, but also just taking the time to appreciate everyone who is taking their time on this Christmas episode to come join us. We appreciate you and thank you very much for joining us. We have very little script for this week, by the way. This is going to be back to the off the rails type thing, but also maybe not. So if you have stuff that you want to talk and chat about, let us know in the comments, or else we're going to be forced to talk about whatever we want. And sometimes that's not the best option now. So,
well, I'm gonna start that off with. But there is a Grinch about right now, and that Grinch is Mother Nature. That bitch has been dumping snow, cold temperatures, and really effing up this Christmas season for everybody. And I'm not just talking about us in here in Canada. The States and all over the world are having all sorts of weather problems. Flights canceled, people sleeping in airports, travel not recommended. This can just piss right off right now because everybody wants to see their loved ones this holiday season.
I mean, Mother Nature is always kind of rude to Canadians and a lot of northern parts of the world now. I don't understand why we need to get a boatload of snow and then a wind chill on top of that. I feel that's like getting stabbed, but as you're in excruciating pain, you're also getting sacked at the same time. And I just want to say, why? Just why? It's like you're just down. You're just like, and then some a-hole just wants to kick you right in the nuts, and you're just like, come on, man. Like
that's the best weather analogy I've ever heard in my entire life. Like that's the way they need to start teaching it. Like, yeah, not only are you going to get a bunch of equal to a stabbing, but then when Mother Nature kicks you in the nuts with the wind chill.
Yeah, I feel Mother Nature's the one stabbing us, and the windshield's just that extra kick in the dick, and that's not cheating in any way, shape, or form.
Get stabbed
and if
and
you're a
taken
female stumbling upon this episode, and you're like, I don't know what you mean by a dick kick. It's like being heartbroken and then cheated on for the sake of why not? How about that one?
You went very PG on that one for you, especially considering today. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I was about as clean as what this.
I'm drinking a fat tug right now, and it makes me not as mean.
That's not the
also,
only
we're talking
fat.
about
That's
somebody
not the
else being
only
the Grinch,
fat
so I
tug
gotta
you've had
stay.
Today either.
I gotta stay in my lane right now. When in doubt, if I'm not the bad guy, I gotta make my heel turn known.
You know, every little bit of compliments that we got over last week's episode and how well we handled ourselves are fucking straight out the window already this morning with this one. Just gone.
Hey, we don't set the bar too high, because if we set the bar, we're usually getting pissed or drunk at it. So we don't know what. Momentum means nothing to us because we kill it instantly.
Oh, look at this.
Merry
Christmas, Alex.
Happy Christmas to you. Happy Christmas to the wife. Hope you both are staying healthy, safe as much as you can. Very much appreciated. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well.
Alex, what did Santa bring you, buddy? Yeah, I hope he's good to you. Really do. I got any cool figurines. You're the figure guy, that Ecto guy. Alex, what'd you get? There's got to be something cool we can talk about.
I figure he has a few new toys.
Head and back aches. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all.
I mean, hangover? Just kidding. What? Hopefully that gets better for you, man. Yeah. We are, in a way, kind of insane, because I think anybody who has lived the day of a wrestler in one point of view, yeah, that's all they have is back pains for life. Not fun at all. But yeah, so you're talking about Mother Nature being a Grinch this year. I'm also gonna say gas prices. You're a Grinch all damn year.
Oh yeah, But are they ever not?
But also just the market. The market this year is kind of like, come on now. It's like we finally get past COVID, and then everything's, you know what? We're just gonna take every aspect of your money away.
Merry Christmas, Astrid.
Ho, ho, ho.
That was
I'm going to try to say ho, ho, ho in every different voice.
You're going to get that voice.
Yeah, and go check out Astrid with Ella J as they did their prediction and their fantasy booking of Evolution 2. So make sure you're looking for that episode and checking that out, as they gave me a nice little shout. So right back to you, girls. But question for you, because I know next week we're back to normal, if we actually have a normal. We're back to normal busting out. So we're gonna have stuff.
But that's it's the New Year's Eve episode though.
But next week, we actually have John Cena and Kevin Owens against Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn to talk about.
Okay, we could talk a little bit about wrestling. Like, we'll fit it in.
Yeah. We have a better prepared show for next week, wrestling-wise, than we did this week, is all I'm saying.
There was wrestling.
But what I'm going to say. Yeah. Okay, one, did you happen to see Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley go to the Mysterio's house for Christmas?
Yeah. That's the big news of the week right there.
What? I mean, just one, I thought it was fun. I like the fact that they're doing this again. I hope they do a New Year's one. I hope for every family holiday they just keep doing one. It would be hilarious. This is making me love Dominic Mysterio that much more.
Yeah, I mean,
but it is what. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I see where you're coming from though too, is because it's funny in a interesting sort of way. The work with Rhea has been fun. It works. It definitely does. At least Dom's not that weird looking baby face kid that definitely looks like he's way too big for the like age that he is, kind of thing. But I don't know. His look and stuff is getting better, and the way they're using him is definitely getting better. So yeah, I mean, cheers to
the single fact that Ray called the cops on his kid was absolutely gold. And then the line that says, "I can't go to jail. I won't make it in jail." Might have been the best line Dominic Mysterio's ever said in the entirety of his life.
Somebody got a good writer behind that.
My question.
Oh, there's a question.
My question is because I can. Oh yeah, because out of my ass I can pull out anything. Clip that one if you want. But if WWE was ever to introduce mixed tag championships, should Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio be the first ever champions?
Yes, 100%. Like it's.
How about that for an opening question? Huh?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, why not? Because I mean, that's what's been worked with right now.
It gives the questions that you weren't expecting but always wanted.
Damn it, Parish Claus. I wanted toys this holiday season, and you're delivering me fucking questions. Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, when something's playing out on TV and it is in the public light like that, you definitely have got something there that you want to stretch. I can't talk. But it's something that you want.
I can't give you a new voice, man. I got no powers. I'm an impersonator over here. I'm not the real thing.
Oh man, every bit of the audience that we're capturing, we're gonna lose real quick with these questions.
No, shut up. It's hilarious. We're funny. Keep going.
Oh my. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah,
how I don't know. But yeah, we got
mixed tag teams. Yes, of course, Rhea and Dominic should be a mixed tag team and to be the first ever.
Out of all things that come out of my mouth, I'm talking about intergender wrestling. Who would have thought?
I don't think that this is the kind of show where we want to talk about what comes out of your mouth. Or is it?
But a fat tongue is going into my mouth.
Okay.
So there's an IPA, a local craft beer by my place, and it's called Fat Tug. My mom in my stocking got me this honking bottle yesterday. So I decided now was a great time at 10 o'clock a.m. in my house on a Christmas special. I thought that was the perfect time to drink it.
You just wanted to repeatedly say you're having a fat tug throughout this entire Christmas special.
I'm having a very delicious fat tug right now. It might be the worst aftertaste I've ever had for a beer, but I mean, one in Rome. But we're talking intergender wrestling, Bobby.
we were.
And I'm hoping between now or then and now you have remembered how to speak. So go.
I've abolished brain cells the last couple of days. Yeah, Dominic and Rhea have been fantastic in what they've been put into. So of course, like, they're in the spotlight right now. They're in the public light. So you want to see a team like that that's got some status, has got some, character behind them right now. And it would be a very easy way to build a division like that if that was the direction that they were choosing to go. You want to build it on the backs of people that have already been out there and established in that light, and that would be a perfect way of doing it. I got through that.
Yeah, my thing is, like, if we're gonna make titles, like, I'll give you 6, not 8, because I think tournaments, you got to watch what your tournament thing. You just did one with the SmackDown World Cup. If you want to bring down King of the Ring or bring back King of the Ring, it's going to be right there. Basser 69 coming in. Merry Christmas, boys. Merry Christmas buddy. Too. Also, because you're here, and because I know that you gifted Bobby Munson over there that beautiful money necklace, by the way. That's why if you saw in the graphic, by the way, the opener, we had a gingerbread man with the money necklace. Yeah, that was to represent Bobby. Details matter. But to use you as the example, because as you did on Thursday, I believe, if you give us a subscription, Bobby Munson will spin that necklace right there for you. So, right yeah.
You got a free one to start with, but every subscription therefore after.
No. And I will take a swig out of my fat tug.
Mullins, right? Straight
but I'll
Mullen
give
today.
You 6. I'll give you 6 because I'll give it, say, an elimination chamber filled amount of 6 teams of who you can use to start this and the crown child. Like, who would be your 6 intergender teams? Yeah.
Well, okay. Obviously, Johnny Gargano.
If this doesn't kill time till Carl gets here, I don't know what can.
Well, Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano should be a no-brainer right there. If she was to decide to make a step back into the ring, Miz and Maurice would be a great option. Of course, we already mentioned Dominic and Rhea in that mix. You could technically use Braun and Alexa from the mixed match challenge that happened before. I mean, again, if rumors are true, you could utilize Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona if they were to enter into the company as well, too. That's 5. Man, I'm on a roll so far. Come on, Parish Claus, give me one.
Nah, this is you because I got a few on my own. The best part about going last is you have time to think about your answer.
I know. Damn you.
About the game. How you did? Yeah, Hunter Claus, bitch. It's creative.
You're not making this easy. Last choice is difficult. Oh, see, I already took the viewership down by like 3 people right there. It's like, oh, he's thinking too long.
Damn you. No, I mean, I think it's a team effort.
I just can't remember who else. Like,
perhaps I need to scale back.
I mean, what do I do? Just put like a random selection together here and just like toss it aside.
Well, I mean, you're going couples, right? Like you've been using some couples. You can't think of another couple inside WWE just to fill that spot.
I'm drawing a blank, but
I know you can. Okay. I will tag you out because I do not like to see you suffer that much.
I know. I'm losing it here.
So I'm gonna go with the formerly kind of grouping of Emma and Riddick Moss. They're kind of forming. They are a real life couple.
Okay.
You can also go with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
Ah, son of a.
Yeah. I was get that one. If he was to come back, you could always do Andrade and Charlotte. If another one that's right there that I don't think a lot of people would be Naomi, and I believe it's Jimmy Uso.
I was thinking along that direction too, but yeah.
You could do Gunther and Ginny. Gunther and Ginny could be a great one right there. Yeah, okay. Gunther and Ginny are dating. Ginny is an NXT UK competitor. Kind of on a frozen scale right now because I don't think she's been released by WWE, but I don't think she's being used because of the no longer the NXT UK brand. Another one I think you can go with. Sorry, I also have football highlights in the background. I think
the game that already took place.
No, they're promoting the games of today. And yeah, a lot of my fantasy is kind of up in the air today. But yeah, no, I mean, if you're gonna go with Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green, we could always, if the rumors are true about Miro possibly wanting to come back, you can always go Miro and Lana or Rusev and Lana. That's always a possibility. You could also bring up Broad Breaker and Cora Jade. That also could be one as well. That's kind of like one out there. I was gonna say Mandy Rose and Otis. However, I cannot now. But yeah, I do feel like there's a lot of ones out there, and if the chat by chance has any ones that they want to say, let us know, because we're stretching people.
I think we put the chat into a turkey coma here already.
Oh, they're in a coma. I don't know if turkey is the culprit. I think it's our content. But
yeah, but I said we put them into a turkey-like coma. I didn't say turkey did it.
I know. I'm just making fun of our show.
Unless I'm the turkey.
I think we're both I'm wearing a freaking Santa onesie. How do I not look like a turkey right now? I'm a drinking Santa Claus on stream at 10:40 a.m. my time. I think I'm a turkey.
You're only going to find that on every other Twitch channel that happens to be live today.
Oh, I should have been Olay Claus. Damn it.
Olay Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, change my name.
But yeah. One thing I did want to ask you, because it's becoming more evident right now with Sasha Banks going to New Japan. I've been hearing a lot more that she actually may wrestle. On top of that, I'm also hearing a lot of rumors that Kairi Sane might be appearing in the Royal Rumble. What do you think the impact of Kairi Sane making a one-off appearance back in WWE and Sasha Banks, Mercedes Renato in New Japan will have on the women's division of pro wrestling if these two were to happen?
Well, that's an interesting thought. I don't know if it's going to be mind-blowing. I think the news of Sasha has been more bigger than what the impact of the actual match at New Japan might end up being. I guess we'll see. It depends what kind of match she has and who she's fighting. We'll see how much that impacts it, and we'll see how much it breaks the internet very, very soon, because we know that's just around the corner. And again, just so everybody knows, our good friends Andre and Melball will be doing a watch along to New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, and we'll have all the breaking news for you when it comes to everything to do with Sasha's appearance. So make sure that you're tuning into that watch along to find out the absolute best knowledge in the industry when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling. But the impact of Kairi Sane,
I think January 4th, by the way.
Yes.
January 4th,
and very, very late. So, I believe it starts at 2 in the morning or something like that. Like, you guys are brave.
I might actually try to watch that.
Brave human beings. But Kairi Sane's impact, and I nothing not to take away. I think Kairi Sane's impact will impact the Royal Rumble moment for people to see her there. I think it'll get definitely the wrestling community, internet community talking big time about it. I don't know if it'll have a very long lasting effect other than just continually showing that Triple H is more open to the idea of working with other companies, working with one-off opportunities, and opening that door. But again, we've already seen that door open slightly. I mean, it even arguably started with Mickie James last year, even before Triple H was in charge. But I think that's really what it's going to show, is just that willingness for appearance level wrestling, one-off wrestling, so that you can sell a big match on a particular card that you're trying to sell, kind of thing. So, it might open the door to a little bit of cross promotion with WrestleMania for the first time ever too. So we'll see where it lands, but it's very interesting to know. What'll be more interesting is just a high level of excitement in that arena in San Antonio coming up in January. I'm sure the Parish Clause will be able to give all the details of what it's like there live in person.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. I just, as of yesterday, because, I always keep working. I established, pun intended, my rides to and from the airport because they are not fun times. So secured those. Secured a hotel, very cheaply done too, by the way. It's only like a kilometer away from the venue. So I can walk. I'm only going to use 2 Ubers. One from the airport to the hotel back to the airport. That is my plan. But yeah, no, like I'm just thinking of like, okay, what's in my eyes, what has the Rumbles been lacking lately? And I feel it's moments. I feel like he had a great moment with Drew McIntyre eliminating Brock Lesnar. I thought you had a great moment in that Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar and Keith Lee. But outside of that, I don't remember much about the pandemic Rumbles. I don't remember much about last year's because I don't feel the moments were that amazing. I would love to see Io Sky and Asuka start the Rumble this year with Kairi Sane being number 3. I would love to see 3 of the top names that came through Stardom and 3 of the top names of Japanese-born professional women wrestlers to have a gigantic moment in the WWE banner for the first time ever. I think that would be huge. And I think if you want to start in the future an NXT Japan brand, this might be the perfect opportunity for you to kind of show Japan that, yes, you have the capability of making this a big time thing, which I do, because I do think those are some of the best names that come out of Japan for the female brand. But I'm aligning with you on that. I don't think Kairi Sane had the big enough connection with the crowd on the main roster to garner like an AJ Styles type return or stuff, or a debut or stuff like that. Like, I don't know if it's going to be the big pop like Cody's will probably be, like if The Rock was to return, stuff like that. If Matt Cardona came back, I think that'd be interesting as well in terms of reaction. But I do think as like for the women though, like I think that would be a huge gain there. Also, and I kind of want to see Mickie James go back to back as Impact champ in Royal Rumbles.
Yeah, again, it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out, and that's going to be coming up very, very soon. So we'll see what direction they choose to go and what they do. But yeah, again, the influx of Japanese talent would be fantastic to see. Again, I don't tune in to the Japanese shows quite as often, but when I do see it, again, like we see it right now with MLW and Fusion, they're working a lot with Dragon Gate, so I'm getting to see a lot of talent that I've never even heard of before, and it's exciting. They have a lot of great talent over in Japan, and it's fantastic to get the opportunity to see them and get them to come out and do their style of work and everything like that. Like we've, been introduced to people like Shun Skywalker, KB, SB Kento, my apologies, or SBK as he likes to be called. And then some of the women like Lady Flommer, for example, who just, tore it up with Taya Valkyrie the other night, was phenomenal to watch. Like, awesome.
Yeah. And that's going to be the interesting point too, because I think of all of the things that Triple H has done coming into like WWE creative, he's made a heavy focus on returns. And I know that's the big story right now is what is too many returns? Because we did see AEW kind of do that with their debuts, right? But I think Triple H is really heavily focused on the women's division, specifically with his returns. I want because when we name off, we saw really the return of Bayley. We saw the return of Io Shirai, now Io Sky. We saw Dakota Kai. We've seen Mia Yim. We've now seen Emma. I want to say, I'm sure we've seen a couple more, right? Am I missing a couple?
Candice LeRae, did you mention her?
Yeah, Candice LeRae. Oh, I can't even forget that. I was there live.
You were there.
Very inebriated, but I was there live. Well, that was in Edmonton. So yeah, like he's already working on his 10th hand in terms of women coming back.
Oh yeah, BFAB as well too, right?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, BFAB as well.
And Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we're at 7. So, and then if Chelsea Green is also coming back, that would be 8. There was rumors that there could be a Diana Perazzo return. I'm not saying anything confirming that one, but it's just a rumor. So if there's talks of that, there's talks of Naomi, Sasha, also coming back. I don't know about Sasha nowadays, but Naomi at least I think is more legit than the boss. See what I did? But yeah, no, there's definitely a heavy female focus with Triple H, and I do think he understands that. He needs to really solidify that female division, because I do think he wants one of the best, if not the best, female division in pro wrestling. And that's why it makes me really hard to believe that he's not all over trying to bring back Sasha Banks. I don't know if you remember the press conference, but I think Seth Rollins was there, Sasha Banks was there, Triple H was there, and they're talking about where they think the next step for the women's evolution or revolution at that time was. And there's a big kind of elbow to Sasha from Triple H. So it's very hard for me to believe that Triple H isn't fully invested in trying to bring back Sasha, but I do believe that his intention is to strengthen this female division.
Yeah, and again, just because he hasn't got her coming back right now doesn't mean it can't happen still. Here's the catch to all this. He's currently kind of doing some stuff where he's okay working with some of these other companies. Sasha hasn't signed anything. Just because she's agreeing to go to New Japan and do some spots doesn't mean that there's a contract in place. Doesn't mean that she's going to go sign with AEW even. If she keeps her options open at any point in time, if she wanted to, even appearance-wise, if Triple H is going to be open to appearance-type wrestling, again, we could see the return of Sasha. And then, I mean, really, she will be the boss at that point, too, because if she keeps her options open, she's not signed down to anything, and she can command whatever money she wants. Good for her. I mean, if you're going to be a boss, live it.
Yeah, and I know from the rumor standpoint, we've heard, she wants the same amount of money as Becky and Charlotte. I remember her on Stone Cold's podcast that she flat out said, when asked about Ronda Rousey, she's like, well, why don't you just pay me, since I'm already doing all the work that you want from her anyway. So she's very adamant about her place and where she feels she belongs in the company. And I do think from a name standpoint, she has validation to thinking like that. I do want her to up her game a little bit, because I do think she has to. It's very similar to CM Punk claiming that he wants to be the voice of change. So I think they're at a very similar standstill right now of where they are in their career. And Mike the Ref coming in. Hello, welcome. Merry Christmas. How are you doing? Coming in, until he offers Becky money to Sasha, she is going to Mandy Rose WWE and make bank elsewhere else. All pun intended. Oh, we love the
nice
so pun appreciation.
Mike, please tell me Santa was good to you, buddy. Was it Parish Claus? I don't know if you want to know if Parish Claus was creeping down your chimney last night, but that would be awful.
We cannot confirm nor deny where I was creeping last night, but
he was going around. I see you. Oh, Merry Christmas! It's Carl Carafel.
Oh, we got a Carl. Breaking news: the host of Turnbuckle Studios is in the
you're on mute, Carl.
Breaking news.
Yeah. Breaking news.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on today, dude.
A lot's going on here. We've had about 3 feet of snowfall in the last night. My computer took a shit. Took me from starts till now to even get it going again. Good Lord.
Oh,
Mike,
man.
you
Yeah,
want
the
me to
snow
reply
is
with all I want
atrocious
is
out
the
there.
Bills not to win again this year? Even though Josh
I never
Allen
want the Bills to
just
win.
took
They
a
pile up
candy
way
cane
too much.
up Santa's arse this week in fantasy. Sorry. Football gets my blood boiling.
Parish Claus is revved up.
But Carl, how are you doing? How was your Christmas so far? How's the times of the holidays been for you?
I got to spend some time with some family last night, and yeah, that's about all that's really happened. That's it. It's been a very lackluster Christmas.
Good food, at least.
Oh yeah, always is.
Yeah, last night was good food. Tonight, good food. But damn that snow! I agree with you. We were talking about Mother Nature being a Grinch earlier in the episode. And, whew, it doesn't matter where you live right now. Like, I mean, there's places that normally are just fine. Not right now.
And it just dumped.
Mother Nature was busting out hard last night.
Yeah. Like up until now, we've had like next to nothing for snow. We've had maybe like 6 inches of snow on the ground. That's it. And yeah, since like the 22nd till now, it has probably dumped here where I am probably a good 5 to 6 feet of snow. It's been ridiculous.
I went out this morning to start the shoveling because we were completely snowed in, and we got to get to the in-laws later today. So I'm out there shoveling, and there is some of the drifts in my yard that are waist high, and I'm 6'3", so that's telling you a little story.
It's insane.
You can't teach that.
You can't teach that. Parish Claus, how's that big tug going?
Oh, my big tug is fantastic. It is a big it's actually a fat tug.
Oh, big fat tug. That's it. Yeah, fat tug.
Yeah, it's a BFT. But yeah, Carl, we so far we've talked about the Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley video of them going to the Mysterio's house for Christmas.
Because they had their tree up before November.
Well, I mean, who doesn't nowadays?
Not supposed to.
No. Black Friday is also like a season long now. Like it's insane.
Yep.
I think I already saw Boxing Day specials like 3 days ago. Yeah. Talk about market being fickle. Holy yeah.
We're going to jack the prices up on everything, and we're going to bring them down slightly for you for a couple of weeks. Merry Christmas.
Talk about the commercialization.
Mike coming in. I got some Boxing Day sales yesterday. I mean, Boxing Day tomorrow and the sales I feel are going to be absolutely just insane. That's why, like, I haven't officially booked my hotel yet. Like, I've marked it down because I plan on buying it tomorrow.
Nice. Parish Claus is always thinking.
I'm thinking it's danger when I think because
so you totally need to wear the Santa onesie to the fucking Royal Rumble. That would be fantastic.
Just in the middle, like at the end of January, just like hey,
that's how I roll.
Like I'm pretty sure my stagnation over here will show. So I don't know if that's a great idea.
Just make it your gimmick. Make it your new gimmick. There's a guy that goes to AEW shows all the time dressed like Jesus. So, like, why not?
Mike with the comment. That's awesome.
If Parrish looks like a Canadian Shinsuke.
No, it makes Parrish look like
a Canadian Shinsuke.
You go around just
scary, eh?
So Parrish, we're gonna need
so many things to say, but nothing of them are appropriate. But yes, Carl,
we're gonna need an update from you next week on how good of a deal you actually did get on this hotel.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can tell us on the New Year's Eve special.
You don't have to tell us the pricing of anything, but just kind of tell us like, hey, you know, I got like 30% off because I waited type of thing, right?
Make sure to throw your confirmation number out there, the address.
if I hit a home run, I am throwing it in all the faces. But I mean, I got a row 22 ticket for $250. Like, come on, Canadian.
Nice. Like that is good.
People,
solid.
You can get a good deal.
You're gonna spend more than that in booze.
But I don't know, because beer in the States is cheap. The one thing I'm very excited for, because if you know me, the one beer I badly want to try is Stone Cold's beer. That is sold statewide in Texas.
Nice.
And, very heavily in the San Antonio area. So let's just say my jingle bells are a rocking of excitement for that.
You know, it's a good thing that's the PG version of Parish Claus, the version that we got off screen when the two of us were just hanging out. That Parish Claus he was on the naughty list, definitely.
Oh yeah, you don't. Yeah, I'm not even gonna explain anything. No. Got a new reputation though. Pulled.
Yeah. We're trying to make this a family show, aren't we?
Well, I mean,
you have to be a pretty fucking family to be watching this right now.
but Carl, anything? I don't want to give out two things because I know you probably want to keep all these like nice topics for Turnbuckle Talk this week. But anything happened in this past week that made you kind of just be like, "What is going on?" Or I need to talk about this?
Honestly, not really. Which is fantastic for content. I know. But really, like
I know, right?
It's just been the old same old happening and going on. For me, anyways. I mean, being somebody who's watched professional wrestling since I was 3 years old, going on, nearly 39 years of watching wrestling. It takes a lot to really shock and surprise me anymore.
Yeah. I mean, and again, it's kind of a mute week, really, when you think about it, too, with everything going on, holiday season, stuff like that. They're not going to throw out their most mind-bending material or anything like that, the shocker material that they've got up their sleeve. I mean, they know, they're smart enough to know ratings are not going to be through the roof at all at the moment.
Right. And I still haven't watched SmackDown, so I still need to watch that. But, the Miracle on 34th Street fight, I've heard has been, it was okay. So I might have to check that out.
Ricochet did get a gash on the top of his head, so he now has a nice little bump up there. Got some stitches.
I did see that on Twitter. Yes.
Yeah. But for the first time, we also saw Bray Wyatt really, truly attack someone on SmackDown. And it wasn't anybody on the roster. It was a cameraman. And under the topic of him not being Uncle Howdy, and then him for the first time losing his train of thought in a promo, only for him to snap and put the mandible claw on the cameraman until we saw a few WWE employees and referees or officials come out to help poor cameraman, which I believe the name of the independent wrestler playing said cameraman is JT Energy. Yeah. Did a little bit of research for the episode.
Ooh, look at you.
A conversation or topic that we did not expect to talk about, but yeah.
It was a late night for you last night, wasn't it?
No, I went to bed at 9:30. Yeah, I know. Wow. Surprised.
That's all we did. That's all we do on the Independence, didn't you know? Or you should know, Mike. Come on. We watch WWE and then we sit down and discuss what we're going to do for the next shows.
I think if there's anything more gimmicky than WWE wrestling, it might actually be Canadian independent wrestling.
Love you all.
Oh yeah, I'm singling it out because I don't know where it's like anywhere else, but yeah, holy crap.
Yeah,
overthinking is by far the high spot of all independent wrestling shows. Yeah, tell me I'm wrong, people. Tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, no, just thoughts on this, because I was thinking the other day, we've had Bray Wyatt now for what, 3-4 months?
Yeah,
what was it, that. June? Wasn't it
he
June?
He hasn't had a match yet. Is it time for Bray Wyatt to have a match?
It was time a long time ago, if you ask me. I mean, they've run this back and forth to the point where it's starting to feel like familiar territory all the time. Again, he attacked a cameraman. Okay, you've mixed it up a little bit, but there needs to be some sort of conclusion to this already, or at least a payoff. Have Bray into something. Okay, maybe he's playing up this nice guy persona and stuff. You're still a wrestler. You play up the nice guy persona all you want, but the nicest baby face still is in there kicking the shit out of his opponent. Put him in the ring. Put him in there with somebody lower down the card, enhancement talent, whoever it needs to be, but put him in there with somebody.
And I think in a roundabout perspective, yes, this needs to come to fruition. It needs to, yesterday. But on the other end of the spectrum, until now, people really haven't been asking for or saying, I want to see Bray Wyatt wrestle, because they've been so invested in this entire, White Rabbit, Uncle Howdy, Alexa Bliss, even kind of shit that's been going on, that it's been entertaining enough to them that they haven't necessarily even cared about Bray Wyatt being in a matchup. It's getting to there. It's getting to that point now where people are like, okay, enough is enough. Let's just wrestle, because that's what we've come to watch. But it's, I don't know. For me, I find it very interesting that he's been back so long, hasn't wrestled. People really aren't, clamoring, hey, we need to see Bray Wyatt wrestle, but they're still invested. That's interesting.
Yes.
Part of me wonders if the Madison Square Garden show they do every year at this time would be the perfect time to have him actually have a match. Because it's not necessarily on TV. It keeps him somewhat in the spectrum of that. It's going to be heavily put out on the Twitters and the social medias. But at the same time, it keeps that story building that he is doing. Because I know what you're saying. Because Carl, because he is progressing at a slower pace. We're seeing the Easter eggs kind of crack as we know it. The pieces coming into play. And a lot of this could be, I think, for two reasons. One, maybe if the rumors are true and the artist we last known as Bo Dallas is to come back, or there's other pieces to play here. You got to wait to see if they're being contracted. And the thing I was thinking of, those contracts might start at January 1, not December 31. I think that could be an important thing to think about. Also, I think this could be maybe the one reason why you should have a PLE between Survivor Series and Royal Rumble. So these stories don't have the potential of playing out into boredom, because this time of the year is it's hit or miss. It really is. And I'm going to say it's more miss than hits. But at the end of the day, Bobby, but at the end of the day, it's what we have to go by.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, if they wouldn't have screwed up main event so badly, this is what Saturday night's main event used to do as a placeholder between large events and stuff like that. Your opportunity to have a televised event with bigger matches on it, championship matches on the card that, the stakes actually mattered. And, if they were to actually properly utilize that again in some capacity. Of course, they bastardized the name main event so bad that I don't know if you could even use it anymore. But that kind of idea where you can have one of those, one-off premium live event. I mean, I guess really that is what a premium live event is nowadays. It really is just Saturday night's main event with, a little bit of paint added to it.
Yeah.
You can polish a turd, but at the end of the day, it's still the turd.
That's just true.
Yeah.
It's really hard because they do have those, I think they name their Sunday or Saturday house shows, if I'm not mistaken, to make it feel a little bit bigger of a house show. But yeah, I don't know. And then we have Mike coming in saying most NJPW contracts form out January 31. Wonder if anybody asks to get out of theirs a week early. I'm really curious to see if there's a true working relationship there, because rumors circulated that WWE was trying to do the same working relationship with New Japan while Daniel Bryan was with the company, and using him as the that middle piece to attach both that bridge builder. So it's hard to think if I can't see that just dying, because obviously if there's interest on both sides and a deal not coming together is one thing. If there's no interest at all, that's different. But to think that there was, now seeing evidence with Carl Anderson being there as he is the never open weight champion, and he's working both shows, from what I understand, is working Wrestle Kingdom, has put out the invitation to AJ Styles to accompany him with Tama Tonga coming out. I think there actually is a working relationship to a point, not maybe something flat out. And that's what makes me wonder if Sasha Banks isn't a free agent piece going to New Japan, but perhaps a piece of the puzzle that is attached to both WWE and New Japan. I think a lot of this might be circulated around the same thing here, because if Triple H was to hypothetically agree to a new contract with Sasha Banks, but then say, hey, we're going to have this open relationship or working relationship here, and we want you to be a focal point, would this benefit, would this be something you're interested to? And who knows? But to kind of go back just to the topic at hand, I wonder, I really wonder, and I think the Rumble might be the best indicator of this, of a working relationship between WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I mean, I think it definitely could be. Do I believe Sasha Banks is any part of this? Fuck no, I don't. I think Sasha Banks is doing what she wants to do, doing her own thing, and being happy doing what she's doing. Now, little things, okay? So now, Carl Anderson is a fantastic name for a lot of us that are deep in the wrestling world. But not so much to a lot of others, right? So you get Vassar. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Good to see you. So Carl Anderson is a name that is pretty well known, but isn't like top echelon. Now you get a name like Jonah. Again, all of us know who he is. All of us have watched him perform in different capacities. Having somebody like Jonah as a little bit of a trade-off, even if it's just because I don't know the details of the contract that he's signed, coming back to the WWE. It could only be like a 6-month thing where they're like, okay, like we're gonna just do this little trade-off for a little bit, right? And see how things go. You're not going to want to use your top stars and you kind of throw it out there in the face of everybody and be like, yes, WWE and New Japan, we're together making partnerships happen. You're going to start off kind of slow and small and be like, hey, so we're going to do this trade-off. Let's see how things go, the feeling out process.
Yep. And keep in mind, once upon a time, there was a working relationship between the two companies back in the 1980s that, Vince McMahon was working in conjunction with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and that relationship did exist, until it didn't. When it went sour, and it hasn't happened since. But we could be seeing, the start of that opportunity starting to open up a little bit more, which would be great for trading talent, especially Royal Rumble season, because what a great way to introduce some names to the North American crowd. Again, we talk about, casual viewers or people that maybe just watch WWE, aren't familiar with these names. They can come out and be a big name to the three of us, to people joining us in the chat, and everybody who watches it regularly. But if you're only, set on watching WWE, which is cool, you might not know these people, and you need to introduce them to some way. And the best way to do that is within the capacity of a Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
This might be the most ironic comment because I'm dressed as Santa Claus. But to play devil's advocate right now,
nice.
But we all know that Sasha Banks' contract, as we know it, expires December 31st to January 1? Right. From what we've understood yeah. But everything she is doing right now is before that, which means she's under contract with WWE, right?
You see, I don't know what the limitations are on that. We can deduce that is factual.
Follow me right for 1 second, or for a few seconds, because I yap a lot. So if that's a thing, this could be by design. As we're seeing Jonah, as we're seeing Carl Anderson, we're seeing examples that this could be a working relationship, right? We don't think so as much with Sasha because she tends to be more outspoken about, she's been more outspoken about the issue than the other two ever have been. I think that's very easy to say. But also, what is the number one thing she's done outside of WWE?
OnlyFans?
The Mandalorian.
Oh.
Well, the Mandalorian,
okay.
Right?
Yes.
Do you know who owns the rights to the Mandalorian?
Disney?
Disney. Who was or who is one of the biggest players to potentially buy WWE if they're going to sell?
Amazon.
Well, and Disney, though.
And Disney.
Right for the library. Yeah. I think people are foolish to completely take out WWE for this reason alone. And that is, on top of everything I said about Triple H being a Sasha supporter, I think it's very possible that the wool is being pulled over her eyes with this specific talent. I'm not saying it is, because I can definitely see her, as you see in the bottom left corner, going rogue and doing her own thing.
Nice touch.
Thank you. But what if, Ed Fries, what if this is something that they have cooked up this entire time to be a part of the working relationship when they're like, you know what, we lost Bryan Danielson to AEW. We need a new face of what this working relationship could be. Maybe we'll tease people about Carl Anderson. We'll tease people about Jonah. We'll maybe tease people about Kyrie. But the real face could be Sasha Banks.
It's plausible. It definitely is. This would be a very this would be a very
no, it has a pom-pom. It has a pom-pom. Yeah, it's kind of, if I do it.
It'd be a very intricate and slow burn for things, though, because I mean, if you wanted to get into like that type of territory and realm, then we could even add in there that Sasha Banks never really left the WWE, never really handed those championships in and said, I'm done. But is this all just interconnected and one piece? Or did that actually happen? And then she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And Triple H says, oh, it's okay. Come back home. But we're going to cook something up. See, so many different variables that are in there.
Somehow I don't picture Sasha Banks going, I'm sorry.
Is the big issue here. Do we think money, like, do we actually think money is something WWE is worried about? Because I don't.
No.
It's why I don't think if Sasha Banks is leaving, I don't think it's just money. Because I don't think money is the issue here. And I don't think Triple H would say no. Vince maybe, but I don't think Triple
Vince
H
maybe. Nick maybe. Because we got to remember, Nick Khan is really there, and he's kind of like the money man, right? So I don't know, man. He seems to be a little bit more on the side of we need to be saving money type of situation. I don't know. I don't see the WWE having any sort of long-term booking ideas about anything.
Gotcha. See, I used to feel that way. I'm just not sure anymore. At least Triple H has made me question it. And I think that is a very specific first step, an important first step. Might not be true. It might just be smoke and mirrors. But, I mean, who knows? What's the number one slogan? Never say never?
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Who are we to doubt WWE at this point? Who are we to doubt pro wrestling at this point? When it comes to this good old surprise, who are we to doubt? Because you're telling me that they have not pulled a rabbit out of their hat enough?
There's only so many rabbits left, I'm sure of it, but
you know what I am doubting? I'm doubting Parish Claus's cameraman there. I think he's had a few too many and is a little tipsy on his end.
Got kind of a
just a fat dog. I said I love
that stand. It's just like no, I'm talking about your actual camera. The actual video is like
it's definitely slanted.
And it just looks looks like your cameraman has been indulging in a few brown pops and is just kind of like, yeah, dude.
Well, I'm paying him to do something.
I'm waiting for Parish Claus just to like fall right over.
So, guys, before we get back to what we were talking about, if we go that direction even or somewhere other than that, there might not be a whole lot of wrestling content on your TVs right now, but you can get a lot of wrestling content and non-wrestling content right here at our local establishment. And we have got a jam-packed week coming up here ahead of us. So starting with tomorrow and throughout the entire week, pretty much, we got shows coming at you from all contributors on this channel. Here's the weekly calendar for you guys. To me, like a voice inside my head. It's like a fight that I cannot win it. Falling, frustrated, intoxicated. I know I'm losing myself. I can't take it anymore. But I'm not done. I'm not done. I won't give up until the end. But I won't fall. I'll stand away. Yeah, that's all the content we got coming at you, and I'm sure there'll be a few more things that pop up throughout the week because everybody's trying to get in their last little bits here before 2022 comes to an end and we roll into the new year. And again, from all of us at our local establishment, we want to thank you guys for making this all possible and being able to tune in week after week to the great stuff that we have here on the channel. So again, jam-packed week, guys. Lots of cool stuff coming up this week.
Ditto.
Is this better? I fired the guy and brought in
a new camera guy.
You fired him at Christmas?
He just wasn't cutting it.
Parish Claus has no will. All right.
Parish Claus is coming across like Vince McMahon right now.
My fat tug is empty, and he didn't bring me another one. So my beautiful assistant got me a blonde, a Guinness blonde. That is.
Good thing you made sure to get that in there.
That's what she said, and yes, I did.
Yeah.
Had to.
And we're off the rails again.
Well, come on. We said that this wasn't our normal broadcast. It's a Christmas Day special, so. Maybe I'll just unzip this a little. No, I'm just kidding. I won't because I went full European in this thing.
Going R-rated here, aren't we?
I think I've heard.
You can see clearly now that I should not be here. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I've heard that phrase. This is not your typical busting out so many times over the last little while that this is just the typical busting out now.
Kind of. This particular one's more like the Wednesday night specials that we do sometimes. Where we just like to get random Wednesday nights. Those actually, this one, I gotta say, this has even been more PG than a couple of those Wednesday night specials. Those don't even.
Very much so.
So, did you guys see my my TikTok?
Much.
No, my latest one that I posted.
I don't TikTok, so no, I don't.
I don't even think I shared it in the in our community chat. So everybody knows that I have a non-sponsor of my program called Dr. Pepper, and I had probably 6 people send me this little thing of taking Corona and Di Serono, and you mix the two, and it's supposed to taste like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
So
is it?
I had some Di Serono and I had 1 can of Corona left, and I'm like, fuck it. We're trying it. So I recorded it, edited it with CapCut, and put it out there.
Nice.
And
you're gonna have to go watch the video to find out.
Wait, before you answer, no, come on.
You're not getting an answer. You have to go watch the video.
Here, I'll give you one of these. I'll give you one of these.
Survey says you got to go watch the video.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping you would do.
Fantastic.
Okay, here's another one. Did you enjoy it?
The video clearly shows if I enjoyed it or didn't.
I don't have TikTok, man.
It doesn't matter. You still view it.
36 and inappropriate. I don't think TikTok is something I should have in my pocket.
Let me see what I can do here then. Doing shit on the fly.
That's the
well, I mean, that's exactly what the show is about. So, I mean,
you should see how many notes I wrote down. Hold on. This is how many notes I wrote down here today. Oh, wait, never mind. That's my ingredients list for the stuffing that I made.
That's how many notes wrote down, not how many wrote.
One cup of butter, onion, 1.5 cups of celery, herbs, 2.5 cups of broth. We're making good foods.
Mine flat out just said, be yourself. Because you're failing.
It don't sound like
so
you
don't
said
try to screw somebody else over. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Oh no. That's like on my wall of like inspirational quotes. Beer yourself.
Apparently with a fat tug.
Hey man, that's empty now. It's an empty tug. It's yeah. It was 7% alcohol.
You can't even tell. You can seem pretty straight.
No, you can't. I know, right? That's what I want for a blonde. Okay, it was interesting. It's not the best thing to have right when you wake up. Is a 650 milliliter 7% alcoholic beverage. So today should get a whole lot of interesting.
You're gonna be in fine form. You should do a random stream later today, just so we can see.
Oh, my day, the day in life of Parish Claus is, sponsored by Off the Rail.
Just like every couple of hours, just like a new stream hits the charts. Like Parish Claus is streaming again.
Okay, I'm gonna see if this is gonna work for you, Parish. Let's see.
Oh, he's bringing in the screen.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Wait. Before you do this. No, actually, you know what? I've done that twice already. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. And if you can, by the way, follow Carl Carafel on TikTok, as you can see it under Carl Carafel.
If you can, of course you can. So follow him.
Well, I mean, I don't have TikTok, so no offense, Carl, but I can't follow you.
Bitch.
Yeah, whatever.
So let's give her down, Charlie Brown. Apparently, this mixed with this supposed to taste like this. If you don't know, I am a Dr. Pepper fan through and through. In fact, yep, that's Dr. Pepper. That's all I drink in this house is Dr. Pepper. So let's crack it open. I'm really not a fan of Corona.
6 out of 10 on the pour.
But I'll drink it once in a while. Let's see what this does now. Di-Serrano inside. Yeah, we're fancy like that. Okay.
Is that a butter knife?
It smells different.
Okay.
Yes, it was a butter knife. Work.
Oh.
Well, it's got some hints. Would I do it all the time? No. Is it worth a shot? Yeah. But it wouldn't be good.
And why did he drink a lot if it was worth a shot?
Apparently Corona and Di-Serrano tastes similar to Dr. Pepper. Similar.
See, you could officially
it did
say.
Look like,
so let's get.
I was just gonna say you can officially say that myth has been busted.
That's right.
I'm thinking one thing. You had a lot of Corona in there. From all the videos I saw, you had more Corona in there, and not enough Di-Serrano.
From the ones that I've seen, I mean, people would take a bottle of Corona and they would literally just take the neck out. Yeah. They would just take the neck out, right? And then they would pour a Di-Serrano in there. So I kind of evened it out.
But if you're If you're saying there's hints, though, that is very interesting because that means that it had the capability.
It did have the capability.
I want to know who thought of this because clearly you had a lot of time on your hand.
No, come on. You know damn well this is just like a Friday night party time. Like, man, I got like this little tiny bit of a Corona left, and they grab the Di Serrano that somebody isn't keeping their eyes on and just dump the rest of that into your bottle. No,
it's one of
Corona.
What are you talking about? I didn't steal your booze. And made it better, is what you're saying. Yeah.
There's a lot of different videos like that out there.
Carl, no, you didn't watch SmackDown. But during the Miracle on 34th Street fight, we saw the New Day pop out of a present. Very similar to how Dean Ambrose popped out of a present to beat up Seth Rollins. But on the other side of the entrance, we saw a ballerina when the team of Imperium opened the gift. What is all I'm saying? Talk about not expecting it. Like, it's not even a girl who's a part of the roster. It's just a random person who happens to play a ballerina. I did not know what to expect out of this match, and I'm still questioning what did I watch. But I'm not hating it because they actually put out a good performance. But this ballerina was buff, people. She had a good build.
Now are all okay? So our
NIL contract, sign this chick.
Are any of the members of Imperium Russian by chance, or are they all like Dutch German?
Well, Giovanni Vinci is Italian, from what I understand. Isn't Gunther? Where's Gunther?
Gunther's like German, Dutch.
Yeah.
See, the only thing that I could kind of maybe wrap my head around. Yeah, Kaiser would be like German, Dutch as well. Yeah. So, my theory's been shat on. I mean, the only thing that I could really think of is that maybe you've got, ballerina. The Nutcracker is a Christmas time ballet that is out there that maybe they were kind of throwing some, a little bit of hints of like Tchaikovsky in there. Tchaikovsky is Russian, but that really doesn't equate to fuck all. So I got nothing.
Yeah. Well, like Mike the Ref said, ballet also big in Italy. So
that's true.
Should be the connection. Yeah. So.
Yeah, Europe is a lot more sophisticated than we are.
You know what? No, I come from an English background. That is total bullshit. Like, it is not that.
You live in Saskatchewan right now.
Yeah, and you know what? My relatives were probably drinking at 5 a.m. just the same as
we put maple syrup on everything. They just do everything. More
okay. You clearly have.
I'm not saying they're the best version of sophisticated, Bobby.
You've never heard of a chip buddy, have you? Like, now I'm going to explain this just for a moment. A chip buddy over in England.
Is that someone that gives me a lace?
No.
Hey,
no, when you have
come on,
French fries, aka chips,
but you're getting just one.
You've smeared all this ketchup everywhere. You've eaten almost all of your fries, and you realize, damn, I've still got a whole lot of ketchup on this plate and not enough fries to go with it. So that's when you take a big old slice of bread, butter the crap out of it, stick the remaining fries in the middle and wrap them in this piece of bread, and then you sop that ketchup right up off your plate. Now, you want to talk about, yeah.
So they're more sophisticated than us.
I'm wearing a sophisticated hat. Come on, Mike. Or the capital city that rhymes with fun. Yeah, Regina does rhyme with fun. I know. We're an interesting bunch out here. But you know what? We're still gonna plow through every 4-foot drift of snow to go visit our family and friends this afternoon because that's what we do on the prairies. I'm
still stuck on this fucking ketchup shit.
Well, I mean,
is that legit? Is that serious?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Like,
this is what
I vomited in my mouth. Like,
I'm not kidding you. I guarantee you that there are people in England that have heard of a chip buddy. I'm not the only one.
That is disgusting.
See, I'm actually part English, and I've never heard that. I'm also part German too, which is weird.
Well, that's my family just made it up themselves, and they're just like, here, have at it, get more unhealthy.
Wow.
But yeah, we used to enjoy it. As a kid, I enjoyed it, but I know as an adult, I'd be like, no, you can keep that shit to yourself. But
right.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. I got better food to eat today than that.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope. Because if you're going to a nice Christmas dinner and you're just going to take a piece of bread and absolutely drown it with, I'm going to say
butter and ketchup,
perhaps margarine. Who knows what's in the household?
I can't believe it's not butter.
And then absolutely scoop it up with a bottle of Heinz ketchup. I just don't know. And here you are trying to defend the sophistication level of England to Italy.
I am removing myself from the screen, and I will be back momentarily.
Sounds good. I'm gross.
You're talking about absolutely scooping up, tomato can juice that is known as ketchup with bread.
I feel bad.
That is absolutely
Carl's Christmas Day on that one.
It doesn't make me puke, but my God, I don't know how that is your defense to sophistication level.
Oh, it wasn't a defense. I was defending the fact that they're not. You said Europeans are more sophisticated than we are here. And I'm like, nope.
I meant us, like general speaking, like you, me, Carl. And then you put that out. I think I'm right. 100%. Hey, here's this beautiful looking ballerina that I'm like saying, hey, WWE should sign to an NIL contract because I think, she has, the look. And then you're like, I'm going to butter my bread and then scoop it with ketchup. They're not sophisticated at all.
Apparently it's me who should be removing himself from the stream.
I'm on my second beer. How am I making more sense than you right now?
Because mine's been the whiskey and the eggnog today already.
That's fair.
And maybe something else.
I'm over a liter of alcohol on this podcast alone. Oh. But I think this is the perfect time to play a video of our sponsors. So make sure you're going to Rogue Energy, checking them out. You use the promo code OLE Pods to receive 10% of your order right now. And if by chance you go there and you're like, I don't know what to pick, we got a little video showcasing what flavors they do have in there.
When you're looking for a healthy alternative to the crap that I just dropped here on the channel,
Rogue Energy really good with butter, toast, and ketchup. It's Rogue Energy. My selection is the strawberry kiwi. Oh my god! You wonder? And that's not even the type of bread that you're using.
It definitely wasn't whole wheat bread. Trust me. It was Carb City up in that place.
Okay, but with that being said, we got to move away from this topic instantly.
Oh, of course. That's if our guest comes back to even say where you can find him this week for the end of the show.
Yeah, he's going to the local hospital because he's lost 30 pounds puking because you just talked about buttered bread and ketchup.
Everybody in the chat went quiet because they went to go cook that and try it out.
But they stayed logged on, and we appreciate it. Logged on,
of course.
By the way. No. So, oh my god, I don't even know how. Ballerinas. Yeah, we were talking about ballerinas, and then you just took a hard left, and you just said, "Hey, look, this looks interesting of a route, and I'm gonna go with buttering my bread with ketchup."
Hey, you know what? It's gonna be
Bobby, I
one
love
of the
you
greatest
to death,
clips
but
ever.
please never become a defense attorney ever.
You know, I make a bad poker player too because I can't.
And this is coming from a guy dressed as Santa Claus, drinking a liter of alcohol on a Christmas Day stream.
After this is done, somebody, if not, I'll do it later tonight, but we have to clip this part of the show. This whole bread and ketchup. You know it's going.
No, places. Because of my curiosity, I now kind of want to try this buttered bread.
I told you, and as you're trying to,
you're like,
"Damn it, Bobby! Damn it, Bobby!
I like it."
It'll change your life and your health. No, yeah, for the best.
For the worst. I'm sure.
And this comes from a guy who has a show coming out tomorrow with Melball called "Love Your Health," because we talk about all the sorts of
Not
things.
Me. That's Carl, and he's puking right now because you just made him sick.
Poor Carl.
I have no idea what's best for my health.
Oh man, I'm a bad man.
Oh my god. So, okay, we're very heavy on the WWE discussion. I want to talk to you. Did you by chance see the fireball thrown in Action Andretti's eyes on Dynamite?
I'll be honest.
Oh my god!
I really haven't watched. Aside from MLW, I didn't watch much this week.
Oh my god! It just looked like it burned his corneas on that. It looked like just the visual looked amazing. But I want to talk about AEW for a second because I do feel because they have a new Dynamite apparently coming out in the new year. I don't know if you saw their new intro video. It had a new look. They had a lot of the current superstar. No CM Punk. That was very interesting. But my thing with AEW, and I'm going to say this pretty adamantly, I don't know where they're going half the time in terms of storylines. I know they have storylines. I want to see them have more. I think it would make their show run smoother. But 90% of their storylines, I feel, have multiple exits. I feel it's like it's like the Yellowhead here in Alberta. It makes no sense because you can get off anytime you want and go somewhere. But I just don't understand it because I'd love to see Jericho and Action Andretti do a feud very similar to Orange Cassidy and Jericho over a apparently we're going to see Starks and like Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho. I understand it, but I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with that direction. I would much rather see Ricky Starks, someone who had the moment of his career with that promo of his career so far against MJF. He had a great match with MJF. Lost as he should have, because I don't think you want MJF to lose the title right away. I just feel Chris Jericho is not the proper guy to have him feud with after this. In fact, I would have liked to have Starks and MJF kind of feud longer, to be quite honest with you. But they're kind of tied into Bryan Danielson and MJF. But I much rather would have seen, I know he's injured, but a Christian Cage feud with Ricky Starks, or somebody who's a little more, I don't want to say polished, because Chris Jericho is a GOAT in my eyes, but somebody who just fits the current day. Like, when we talk about heels, we think MJF is current, right? We think guys are current. I think Christian Cage's work is current. I know he's an older guy, but yeah, like what do you think? Like, and I'm going to say this, but does AEW have a weak mid-card heel division? Because that's what I'm thinking when I watch their show.
And a lot of that too is just because, they haven't really done anything to flesh anybody out at the moment. Not saying that there isn't the talent there or anything like that. It's just nothing, right, especially right now. I mean, the chase is on for going after MJF. I mean, he's taking heel to a whole new level over in that company. And, it's kind of hard to want to push anyone that direction without trying to make them just a copycat of what they're doing with MJF. They need to get some people out there that are going to take a different direction, go out there and be something a little bit more devastating. And, I'm just trying to think on the fly who they got that can do it. I mean, I'm a bad one to ask because, again, I'm not one that tunes in week to week to AEW, so I couldn't tell you enough about it. I mean, somebody like, of course, Mike joining us in the chat today could, talk circles around me when it comes to his AEW knowledge for sure, and probably has a lot to offer in that category. I'm sure, Mike, if you're tuning in right now, like, you could probably, throw out some relaces here about people that they could take in the right direction to fill that void that Parrish mentioned, that, lacking in the heel category, especially in the mid to upper mid card area.
Yeah, I just look at I know Jericho is great of elevating talent, right? And I do love the fact that he did what he did for Action on Andrade, because it made you care about him, right? It made you talk about him. And in wrestling, you want the narrative to be, I'm talking about this person. But my thing is outside of Chris Jericho, like, what is your heel division? Because you have MJF, you have Jericho, but, if they're busy and you have an upcoming babyface like a Ricky Starks who, in the right way, just shot out of left field and became a player with your company, I feel you need to now protect him in a way where you're not putting him in a position to lose like you did with MJF, because you knew he was going to lose. I do think that was probably not. It was probably the right guy to have him break out on the microphone. Probably the wrong guy to have in the ring, because you know the outcome, what's going to happen. And I don't think Ricky Starks needs to go on like losing streaks, or I don't even think he needs to have like great matches per se. I think what he needs to do is stabilize that connection with the fans to where, and I'm going to say Bryan Danielson and Daniel Bryan did this amazing in WWE with the Yes movement and the Yes chants. He needs that type of connection with the audience right now. Kind of like what Adam Page had going into his match with Kenny Omega for that AEW championship. But I do think this might be the perfect time to have Jon Moxley, Adam Page become heels. in AEW. Because I do think they need to be that catalyst for that new division to pop up. If you're not using those guys to help not only your business, but you're also your roster, I don't think you're doing it right. Because those easily are your best guys. Best names, best values, best draws, best wrestlers, no questions asked. But you gotta play them in the right positions.
Yeah.
And I don't think Jon Moxley moving forward as a babyface in AEW does AEW any good.
I mean, it's run its course with him, and a lot of the things he was even doing towards the end of his title run came across more in heel fashion than they did babyface fashion anyway. I mean, I know he goes for that whole kind of heelish attitude that gets cheered and stuff like that. Everybody wants to grasp that same brass ring that Stone Cold did with having the audience cheer for all the devilish things that you do, but it really doesn't work all the time, kind of thing. And I think Jon Moxley, especially his look, what he does sometimes, the way he conducts himself, I think is better suited to a heel role. And I think a heel Jon Moxley could definitely shake things up over there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like Jon Moxley has how many? He hasn't really been a true heel in AEW yet. Right?
Nope, and maybe face the whole time.
He really hasn't. Yeah. So, and he's been a babyface for a long time in WWE as well. With the exception of his turning on Seth Rollins the day that Roman Reigns said he had leukemia, or his leukemia popped back up, he was a face for the majority of that Shield career because he was heel until the Shield turned babyface. He was clearly going to be babyface after Seth turned his back on the Shield. Like, he really hasn't been heel for that long, but what I remember him from the Indies is that he was a way better heel than he ever was babyface. But for whatever reason, the choice is always to use him as in that babyface role. And I'm not saying he's a bad babyface by any means, because he very much is a great babyface. I just think right now for AEW, he's more useful and more beneficial for AEW in the heel position. And I do think that allowing him to kind of go, I don't want to say off the rails, but become more unpredictable, would be the best thing for AEW.
I agree with you. Again, that whole idea of an actual unhinged Jon Moxley, like the unhinged Dean Ambrose kind of idea, but legitimately have him unhinged. I mean, if you're going to have a guy that, is the type that does the death matches, does all the crazy stuff and everything like that, is not afraid of pain, then you got a guy that can come across as that arrogant, I'm tougher than you, it doesn't matter what I look like, I can hang with the best of them, I have hung with the best of them, everything, I've been champion everywhere I've walked, kind of thing. Like, he needs to come in with that attitude, because again, Moxley doesn't have, and I don't want to say he doesn't have charisma, he doesn't have that baby face charisma, and it's just not there. You can kind of find him amusing sometimes and stuff, but I found every single time that they try to make Jon Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose, a likable type funny, it really feels forced with him. And I think that just the natural ability to be, a heel, a bad guy, the kind of guy that's gonna, break something over the back of your head when you least suspect it, kind of thing, fits Jon Moxley's look. It fits his mold. It fits his personality in the ring. And I think that's just not only better for him and a refresher for him, but a big refresher for the company that they truly, truly could use right now.
Yeah, and I think right now, if you're going to go in that way of having a new AEW, a new Dynamite, I think you have to do something new within your presentation. And I don't mean, hey, new set or new like outlook, like kind of like things like that. Like don't give me some like stupid, like new ropes, like a different color ropes, or things like that. But make the product different, and I think shake it up, and I think that's the right thing to do. I would actually flat out just discard, this British or this Blackpool Combat Club. I really don't see the effect that they have on the roster in either, AEW or Ring of Honor, even though they're very similar of a thing. But what I would do right away, I would just ban that, and I would actually have. I wouldn't have Claudio as a heel. I think Claudio's perfect as a babyface right now. I think people still attach to him very well. I think Wheeler Yuta's the same way. But I would disassociate them. And because of that, you're allowing Bryan Danielson to do his own thing. You're allowing Jon Moxley to be whatever. Caller, we're coming back.
Carl,
right now,
I am sorry, my man. I am so sorry.
It definitely was not you. The neighbor downstairs said that he's got a buddy that's coming to do the driveway, and I was parked in the driveway, so
okay.
I had to go out and shovel myself out, and
I was like, man, I made Carl's day.
And after he did that, he buttered a piece of bread and then dumped it in ketchup and decided to have the greatest meal of his life.
He showed everybody.
But no, we're talking about right now we're talking about AEW being a little bit lackluster on the upper mid card heel aspect. And I'm saying this would be the best time to turn Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley heel, because I think he'd be more beneficial to what AEW wants to do moving forward, especially with this new Dynamite that there are advertising. It would be a lot better to have that as a heel, because this all started with Ricky Starks is now feuding with Chris Jericho instead of Action Andretti, who had that 1, 2, 3 kid type win over Razor on Jericho. He is not. He took a fireball and not feuding with Jericho now. And I just feel like there needs to be more consistency with the storylines. I feel like they have so many ways they can go here on their feuds, and I just don't think that's the right thing to do. I would like to see Ricky Starks feud with somebody of caliber, because MJF might be the wrong thing, because MJF is not going to lose that AEW World title anytime soon, nor should he. So it should be a placeholder. That's why Bryan Danielson is a good fit. But Ricky Starks, you want to keep that momentum going. He needs to establish that connection to the audience. Ironically enough, like your Bryan Danielson, who had the S movement, but I feel doesn't have anybody current to work with, and I feel Jon Moxley as a heel is a lot more current to showcase what he's capable of than Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, do we want two good talkers?
Just because I want to see Chris Jericho continue a feud with Action Andrade.
Okay, no, and that's totally understandable. So you've got two of the best talkers that are available right now in your company. I think it's okay to kind of have like the two of them doing something together, right? Because I want to see one solidified person that is good at that. Sorry, that is great at that. And at this point, I feel that both of them are great at that. So if we have the two of them, and they kind of sort of did that, right? And we knew that MJF was going to win that championship matchup for the title and for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, whatever. Like, okay, I get it. So that kind of solidified MJF as that great, whereas, Ricky Starks isn't. He's kind of that lower left. So I don't know. That's going against Jericho, though. I mean, Jericho is a name. It's not as relevant today, but Jericho's still that name power to help put him over. If you're put over by, one of the old guys, that's pretty substantial. And I don't consider
disagree.
I don't consider Dean Ambrose or Jon Moxley an old guy yet. because he's still full relevant.
No, yeah, he's still current, and I think Ricky Starks is very current. I think it's better for him right now to go up against somebody current, because right now he just established that he can go spat for spat with MJF if given the opportunity. He might not be that way completely, but he showed he had the capability. He showed he had the capability of going hold for hold, move for move with MJF with his match against Starks. MJF versus Starks looked about as comfortable as bread with butter and ketchup. I think Jericho is a lot more peanut butter and jelly for Starks.
See the
shots fired.
The buttered bread ketchup thing is just taking the internet by storm today.
Dude, that might follow you for a while.
A lot of things tend to.
You need to get a shirt where it just says like Bobby Munson and then it has butter plus like it's like a math equation. It's a piece of bread. It adds butter and then it adds ketchup. And we have no idea what it equals because nobody wants to try it.
It's called a chip buddy. You gotta have the French fries in there too for some crunch.
Just overcooked
bread and ketchup emotes. Might have to work on that. Oh, jeez.
No, like I have no problem with Starks and Jericho going at some point, but I just think right now, like it's so natural to have Action Andrade continuing that feud with Jericho and MJ and Ricky Starks doing something else. Because now I think this is the worst thing you can do for an Action Andrade, who had the people talking about him against the match with Chris Jericho. He got a fireball to the eye, like, and it was brutal. I don't know if that was supposed to write him off, but I do feel that now there's sympathy given to him, that all I want to see him now do is beat up Chris Jericho, which nobody would expect. But I'd also love to see Ricky Starks continue his momentum. And I don't think Chris Jericho is the best momentum builder. I do think he needs somebody more current for that. Chris Jericho is not a bad get. Like I said, Chris Jericho is a GOAT in this business. I will die on my grave calling him one of the greatest of all time because damn well he deserves it. But at the same time, I don't feel the current Chris Jericho is as capable of making current Ricky Starks a big name in AEW as much as maybe the guy who is a 3-time AEW champion. And he is probably one of the biggest names in AEW as of today in Jon Moxley. And I do think Jon Moxley is better suited being a heel right now than a babyface.
Yep. On board with you.
I said my piece. I'm done with that topic. Moving on.
Very good. Well, moving on. Admittedly, I probably got to. Probably think we're probably nearing the end of the show anyway. I know I definitely got family stuff to get to here very soon, as I'm sure other people do, and especially the people who have been joining us in the chat. And again, thank you to anybody who stopped in today that came to watch this. I mean, seriously, when deciding that we were going to still go with a show today and everything like that, it was hard to believe that anyone would be taking the time to be able to join us. So we're very thankful for that. And Carl, again, being able to come here and join us on a Sunday for once, especially Christmas Day, this has been an absolute delight. Before we do take off for the day, though, Carl, where can people find you coming up?
Easiest place to find me and everything that I do is over on Linktree. Take a look down on the ticker below. It shows where you can find me. linktr.ee/Carl Carafel. That's the easiest place.
Beautiful. And of course, you'll be able to find Carl on multiple shows this week, including Turnbuckle Talk and Beats and Beatdowns. So more from Carl. And Carl, are you part of the end of the year special that's going on Friday night as well too? I can't remember. We have a whole host of people here from our local establishment that are putting together on Friday evening, right before midnight, a end of the year special there. So you'll be able to tune in and check that out. As for me, again, no Fusion this week because, of course, MLW are taking the week off from Fusion episodes. But myself and Pop Smokes are going to be having a drunken fun time on Thursday night with Ring Respect Radio. We won't have a script either. We're just going to talk about things we like from 2022 and have a drink and some cheers with all of you. Then again, if we haven't really gone off the rails enough, there's always New Year's Eve to do so because Bustin' Out returns for New Year's Eve next week. Claus?
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. If today wasn't enough of a forecast of what to expect next week, I don't know what is. I probably will.
I got nowhere to travel next Sunday, so it's going to get bad.
You should have multiple questions, the same amount of questions as you had about putting bread, butter, and ketchup together. But yeah, you can easily follow me. Well, one, you never did this.
I mean,
you never talk about your socials. I mean, come on. Well, let us know about your socials a little bit.
You see them right down below that. So you can find me, reach out to me. You want to talk to me? You want to get a hold of me? You want to send me some cool videos, some cool stuff that you want me to talk about? Then do it. It's right there. Type it in.
I'm going to challenge everyone to DM him videos of them puking after putting bread, butter, and ketchup together. That would be great.
It's the new challenge.
Yeah.
With French fries.
And please don't send those messages to my Instagram at Chris.Parrish, my Twitch at the Chris Parrish, my YouTube at youtube.com/@ChrisParrish, or my Twitter at Chris Parrish. I don't want to see you puking. I get enough people messaging me about designs and stuff like that. But make sure you're also taking an opportunity to go and look at everything OLE related on the socials, whether it's on Twitter at OLE Podcast, Instagram at OLE Podcast, Twitch, like you are right now at our local establishment, YouTube at youtube.com/@ our local establishment. Email olepodcasts@gmail.com if you have any questions or perhaps advice, or perhaps you want to become a part of the show. Maybe you want to be a guest on one of the shows. That would be the best spots to do it. You can follow me every Sunday, busting out. And who knows? Sometimes I just show up. I know sometimes I just show up on, when Carl does watch-alongs on Mondays. Sometimes I'll maybe show up when Papa Smokes and Bobby are drinking.
Yeah, why not?
Who's to say?
Anyone's invited.
But yeah. Yeah. So, that's where you can find me. And if you want to know what's going on next, I'm going to tell people we're going to raid a guy that has he's followed our local establishment here on Twitter. He's playing Call of Duty Warzone right now. His name is Dadbod Joey. We're going to raid him right away. So for anybody who stopped by, just say thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Be safe. Act safe. Be nice. Stay nice. We appreciate everything you've done. And you will be rated in about 10 seconds to Dadbod Joey.
We'll do anything we would.
Once again, thank you. Show Dadbod Joey the OLE way. Be nice. Be supportive. And cheers. And anybody else who is staying on the YouTube side of things, thank you so much. We are going to be closing off in the right way, and you will definitely see our updated outro video for today only. So thank you, everyone. Enjoy your Christmas. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.